Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and a Chat. Had some technical issues again. Facebook is a complete pain in the rear when they are wanting to change the format for the camera access. So I think I'm on the right page and I think I am live now. You'll have to tell me whether I am or not. So sorry for the delay. I guess it's been about 5 minutes that I'm running behind. So sorry about that. Anyway, today is Friday, and it looks to be a beautiful day. We had rain yesterday, which I guess we actually kind of needed a little bit of that. And it was nice then to have it sunny and hopefully a little bit warmer today. And next week looks to be quite a bit warmer. So that'll be really good. Hope you've all had a good week. There's a couple of things that I thought would be interesting. One, I want to note, first of all, that this is National Library Week. And I hope that you have enjoyed the programming that we have had here on Facebook Live and have been taking advantage of all of the access that you have via the library's website, using our ebooks, audiobooks, reference links, World Book, etc. So it's a time to expand your technical skills and enjoy all of the offerings that we're able to put out there for you. So what all does the library mean to you? You know, it's interesting to get feedback as to what people value about the library. Hey, Lisa, how are you? How are you? I haven't seen you for a while. It's great to have you here this morning. One thing, several weeks ago, I had mentioned something about pets. And when people started to be at home, that I had this one video that I was talking about, that this cat was definitely not happy to have the adults home. It was used to having the house to itself, so that just didn't go over well at all. Well, now after this time, a lot of pets have kind of gotten used to having someone home. In other words, they have staff. So I have a feeling that once most of us are back in the office or back at work, that there's going to be maybe a spike in prescriptions for doggy Prozac or some other anti-anxiety drug for our pets, because they're going to be like, hey, where's someone to fix my lunch? Where's someone to let me in and out? Where's someone that I can sit on their lap? We're here for their convenience. So, it'll kind of be interesting to see where that leads. Couple of questions. One, what are you reading right now? I'm kind of interested in seeing more what people are doing. And what about authors? Do you have a favorite author? I'm thinking specifically for fiction, that you've either read a series or you just like the type of books that they have put out. Are you rereading some things that you haven't read for quite a while, or taking advantage of some of the time to explore new authors or catch up if you had been behind on some of the books? I always think that's kind of interesting. My favorite fiction author, I would say, is probably Jacqueline Winspear, followed by Jeffrey Archer. But sadly, Winspear, who normally publishes a book in March, which would have been fabulous, did not publish one this year. She's going to have one in her Maisie Dobbs mystery series coming out again next year. And Jeffrey Archer had one out a little bit earlier, but I haven't watched it this time, or read it this time. But I've been reading more nonfiction than I have anything. And then another thing I watch, and I don't know how many of you out there do, I watch a lot of Masterpiece on PBS on Sundays, and particularly enjoy their mystery series. Right now, they have one that's called World on Fire, which, of chronicles the beginning of the Second World War. And what's interesting. Hey, Laura, how are you, honey? It's great to see you. What's interesting about it is that it's from ordinary people's viewpoint, and their feelings and their motives are often conflicted, and they're thrown into extraordinary circumstances that they never expected to encounter in their life, and it's really compelling viewing, I think. And that's a 7-part series, and they have now had 3 episodes, and that runs on Sunday nights. But in reference to books that have become a series, starting in, I think, June on the 14th, the new season of Grantchester will be back, which is a fabulous series set in a small Oxfordshire town in England in the 1950s and early 60s, and that involves a vicar who is always stumbling into some sort of a murder case with a detective inspector friend of his. And they are based on a series of books by the former Archbishop of Canterbury. So I have not read those, but I think that would be an interesting read to compare how the novels were as opposed to the TV series. And another one that they had just finished not too long ago was, and I thought was simply outstanding. The production values were incredible. It's called Vienna Blood, and it was set obviously in Vienna around 1910, and the costuming, the sets are fabulous, and it involves a psychologist, and he ends up helping with detectives. He's a student of Freud, and the stories are really, really compelling. So I hope that they have another season of that. And it too is based on a book by an Austrian writer, and they do have some English translations out there. So that might be something that would be interesting for people to check out and see if they want something a little bit different, but like the mystery genre. So check those out. If you don't have anything, to do on Sunday evening, you might want to see Masterpiece if you haven't watched that. And then something a little bit lighter, being that it is spring. Back in 2011, so I guess it's been 9 years ago, when I was in Holland, and it was in April. I had the opportunity to visit the Keukenhof gardens. And if you ever get the chance, I suggest you visit. Of course, the Netherlands are known for their bulbs, and tulips in particular. And this is a show garden that is unbelievable in scale. And every year it runs about 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And the plantings have different bulbs that come into bloom throughout the season. And obviously this year, due to COVID-19, it is closed. So they do have a YouTube channel. And if you really want to just look at something that is absolutely gorgeous, I suggest that you check that out. It's Keukenhof. So you can do a Google search for Keukenhof and watch some of the videos. They have aerial videos, they ones from past years, because they always have massive, massive crowds. And this year it's kind of interesting to look at some of the exhibits that they have that don't have people around. So really you just can focus strictly on the flowers. So does anyone have any other questions this morning? Comments? Things that you'd like for us to see that we're doing here on Facebook Live? I'm always happy to hear what people are up to. So please post them down below. And oops, I just moved my screen. And so I have a couple of jokes for you that I thought were kind of funny for this week. Let me see here. The first one, these are two ladies that are talking in the kitchen. And this is happening right after isolation has ended for all of us. And the first lady says, where's your husband? And her friend says, well, he's in the garden. And she says, I didn't see him. And she goes, well, you need to dig a little. So those of you that may be tired of your significant other might think that's very, very funny. And then I have another one here. It says, the drop in gas prices during this lockdown is like a bald man winning a hairbrush, which is also kind of true. The gas is cheap and there's nowhere to go. So I kind of like that. And then the other one I have here is, this is for those of you who are involved in homeschooling. My child just said, I hope I don't have the same teacher next year. Well, you know what? Get over it, because you're going to have the same teacher next year, at least the one that lives at home. But I thought those were really funny. Good morning, Regina. How are you? She says she's reading, government applications. Oh, great. Yeah, not fun. Founding Mothers by Cokie Roberts. Cokie, who just passed away last year, outstanding writer. She was a long-term reporter for NPR. She wrote an interesting book about the first ladies. And let's see what else has here. Abigail Adams, Martha Washington. Yeah, very, very interesting. So yeah, Cokie was an excellent speaker, excellent writer, and she came from a long background in politics. Her father, I can't remember if he was a senator. I think he was a senator, and she sadly just passed away. So she was very, very good. Well, anyway, next week on Monday, I'm going to be doing another Facebook Live, and this one is going to be an update on the Adult Summer Reading Program. So those of you who participate in the Adult Summer Reading Program, please tune in, or if you are not available at 1 o'clock, come back at your convenience and watch the video. There will be significant changes to the program this year because of the issues surrounding the coronavirus. So I have an idea of something that I want to do and that we can still keep together, but do it through a virtual environment. And good morning, Hillary. How are you this morning? So please tune in for that. Also, next Friday, we'll have our regular coffee and a chat at 10 o'clock. So that'll be fun. And I look forward to seeing all of you then. And I hope you have a great weekend. Get out and enjoy the sunshine today, and take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.